All right, you guys, it's your girl Sandra D, the main event, and welcome to my channel and welcome to my community of love and unity. We will not be talking about hair and we will not be talking about food. We are on this journey of talking about the narcissist. And if you have not joined the community, what are you waiting on? So today we're going to be talking about why the narcissist was no match for you. Now, when the narcissist met you and introduced themselves to you, that was the qualifying or qualifications of seeing how they were going to be able to tap into your destiny of greatness, to be able to extract your blessings, but also become a distraction from your destiny, because if they could not ride your coattail, they wanted to see how they were going to be able to delay it. But they were not able to do that either. So when you went through this whole relationship with the narcissist, you had no idea that the narcissist was a threat to your destiny. You had no idea that they were trying to trap you. You had no idea that they was fraudulent, that they sat over there and replica your personality to be able to come into your world, to bring you into their world, so that they could be competing with other narcissists and showing you off as one of their main supplies, baby. Yes, they knew you had it going on. That's why they targeted you in the first place. That's why they were stalking you in the second place. And that is why they was sitting over here love bombing you, giving you a love potion, okay? So you could get your guard to come down so that they could come in and run game on you. But you shut that game down, right? Okay, you guys was like checkmate. You was like dominoes. You was like Uno, because you ain't the one to be played with. You was like, homie, don't play that. You was like, Craig, you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. So let me tell you how the narcissist was sitting over here trying to run game on you. What they needed to do, okay, when they introduced themselves to you, that was a sample, okay, of them being able to try to pull you out of your world into theirs. It was a way for them to get you to open up your door just a little bit to peek. Okay, peekaboo, I see you, to see if you was going to be willing to spend some time with them. Then it moved into the love bombing stage, which is the interviewing stage, where they were getting to know you intimately by getting intimate details about your life, your likes, your dislikes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But also what they did was, after they love bombed you, they sat over here and made this script of a character that they knew that you would like, that you would adore, that you would want to be around, that you will feel safe, okay? That way you can have your guard come completely down. Now, when your guard came completely down, this is when they trapped you. This is when they came in and they started working on your mental. They started working on your emotions, okay? This is when they were getting you to override the red flags. This is when they was getting you into a position for you not to trust your gut, where they did not want you to trust your intuition, because what they were doing was getting you to override that so that you would just trust them fully. They wanted you to be addicted to the compliments, the gift giving, everything that they could do to make you feel like you was the only one, okay? Like you was the best thing that you have ever met in your life, because they gave you a role, okay, of a character that they fulfilled by getting those intimate details from you when you was kikiing it with them and sipping tea with them, okay? This is how they were able to bait you, give you something appeasing, then give you a love potion so that you would not recognize and understand the threat that was coming. Now, when they did this is when they started to reprogram your way of thinking. This is why gaslighting was working. This is why when they were sitting over here belittling you, You were wondering what happened to the sweet, wonderful person that they had pretended to be when they had met you, or you met them. Okay, that person did exist, but like I told you guys, that person that existed, that was them mirroring and mimicking who you are. Okay, so when they removed that mask, that's when they knew they had you in the palm of their hands. That's when they knew they was gonna come in and tear your world upside down. Okay, y'all remember that song by Diana Ross? Upside down. Boy, you turn me inside out and round, round, upside down. You're turning me, you're living up expectantly. Anyway, you guys, I know I messed up that last part, but y'all know where I'm going with this song. They was intentionally turning your world upside down and round and round. It was intentionally, it was on purpose, because they were reprogramming your way of thinking, okay? They were reprogramming you as an individual, just like a person who works, on computers, an IT person. What do? They go in and they program certain apps to work on the computer, right? To get it to function the way that they want it to work. And this is what the narcissist did to you. They were reprogramming your mind, okay, like a computer. But what they were doing was, because it wasn't working the way that they wanted it to pan out, because they knew you was catching on, is that they threw a virus up in there. Y'all ever been on your computer and you get a computer virus and it's just not functioning the way that it's supposed to function? Okay, that's what the trauma bond is. The trauma bond is nothing but a little virus to get you to not to be able to function. And what do you have to do when you have one of those viruses? You have to go in and you have to find out how it happened, but you also need to figure out how to clean that virus out to get your computer to working back in its original state before the virus or malware had happened. This is what the narcissist did with that trauma bond. They put that trauma bond on you because that was their own little virus that they was trying to put on you, because this is something that they've been carrying around since they were kids, okay, where they were traumatized. So what they do is they cast this trauma bond onto you as a way to connect with you, a way to brand you. You guys ever seen those old school westerns, and they have like this tool and they put it to the fire, and then what they do, they go ahead and put it on either some leather or an animal as a way of branding. So what they were doing, they were branding you as a way to bond with you, to keep you from getting to your destiny, because they could not ride on your coattail, because you recognized and you saw that they were not who they say they were. And when you busted them out by leaving and going no contact, that's when you snatched your power and a power to the narcissist to be able to run game on you. So what did they do? They left you with this virus, this trauma bond, as a way of trying to keep you trapped and not being able to escape and get out of the trap that they had set for you, because they reprogrammed your emotions and your mental state. Okay, this is what a trauma bond does, and it includes a brain fog. It includes ramification. I might be saying that wrong, you guys, but it's a thought process of you trying to figure out what had went wrong, and it's a state of confusion to keep you in this state and to keep you emotionally wounded, and as a way for you to be broken. Okay, emotionally wounded, addicted to them, because they gave you everything that you said you wanted when you was giving them intimate details about the good and the bad, and the ugly, that you were telling them about past relationships and giving them intimate details about how you work, how you tick, how you function, how you handle your business. And what they did was they used all that information about you against you, in the love bombing, in the gaslighting, and belittling you. Okay, when they devalued you, when they discarded you or you discarded them, it was all a part of all of those things working in the narcissist's favor to be able to use your intimate details against you to be able to turn your world upside down. This is how the narcissist was able to put you in that trauma bond, because it's all connected together. You got to remember, this is the narcissist game. Okay, you're learning how the game was being played by being educated. But when you come out that trauma bond and you had let them go, that's when you snatched their power from them, regrouped and took yours, and that's when you said, checkmate. So the narcissist was never able to run game on you as you may have thought that they did. What they did was deceive you into thinking that the relationship that you had with them was your fault, in a way for you to come crawling back to them and taking the whole responsibility for their actions. They never had the power. You just handed them over the keys to your heart. And that was all a part of the manipulation, all a part of the game to get you to be delayed in your destiny, because they knew they could not ride on your coattail, but they weren't no match for you. They know they can't come back. They cannot. Even if they stalking you and watching you, there's nothing that they can do about the relationship, because you recognize and you understand what happened and what they did, and you know it's wrong, and they knew it was wrong too. But they wanted to try to ride your coattail. They wanted you to be a part of their roster. They wanted you to be on their team so that they could extract from your destiny, to extract your blessings. Okay? Because they didn't want to deal with their own trauma. And this is why the narcissist is no match for you. I'll see you guys in the next video.